everyone, and welcome to the Proverbial Penguin. Now, before I start the video, I just want to say that there are some major spoilers in this video for the Splatoon 2 Octoling DLC. So if you want to figure any of this stuff out for yourself, now's the time to click away. But if you're going to stick around, thank you very much, and enjoy the video. Alright, so getting into it, these are the last few attempts that it took me to actually beat Agent 3 on my live stream of finishing the 100% Octoling DLC. Now, I noticed a few things when I was doing this, and I noticed a lot more after I went back and started to learn the AI of Agent 3. Basically, Agent 3 has a window where she is always going to throw an auto grenade. They like having auto grenades on the field. It applies pressure. It is kind of like PvP in a way where a few shots are going to get rid of your shields, and a few shots to them are going to take them down. But getting a direct few shots on Agent 3 is quite hard. You have to take advantage of moments like when they are landing on using the inkjet, or while they're using the bubbler, they will prioritize the bubbler and the auto grenade over everything. So applying a bit of pressure, trying to go in, is usually a decent idea. For those of you who have not gone through the fight completely or are watching this for the first time, there are 5 waves in this fight. The first wave is inkjet. The second wave is bubbler. The third wave is auto bomb launcher. Fourth wave is the ink strike, and the fifth and final wave is splashdown. So it's kind of similar to the fight in the campaign, but it's quite a bit harder. They upped the aggro rate, they upped the AI a bit to make sure that it was just very, very aggressive and applies quite a bit of pressure and such towards you. I finally beat it here, and I was extraordinarily excited. But some other things that I noticed during these fights, especially during the first stage, because I believe that the first phase is kind of the kind of an opening. After you complete the first phase, you kind of get some momentum, and you can rush in and feel a little more confident about some of this stuff. It's also the phase that kind of just breaks you a bit. It's the one you're going to die the most on. So things that I recommend is paying attention to the auto grenade, first of all, because if you lose your shields at all to it, or before it detonates, it's gonna kill you. Try to rush Agent 3 while they're in the air a bit, because their AI has a bit of trouble with proximity when they're shooting the ink launcher. I don't know what the actual weapon name is that they shoot when they're using that. But I mean, that's pretty much the pretty much how it goes for the first phase. I mean, it's just kind of going around, making sure you get some damage in, making sure you don't lose all of your ink is a very important part of this first phase and the whole fight, really. Second phase is a bit easier in my opinion. The second phase boasts the bubbler, as I said earlier, and it gets harder the longer the fight goes. And the reasoning why that is because Agent 3 doesn't prioritize shooting the bubbles on the bubbler. It more prioritizes the shooting you and auto bombs and using the bubbler, but it doesn't actually prioritize shooting the bubbles. So if you don't try to get rid of the bubbles, which I do not suggest, and if Agent 3 hasn't shot the bubbles because you are between her and a bubble, or she's between a bubble and you, or just an auto bomb popping the bubbles while she throws it away from you, or whether you got close and then ran away from it, you could have up to 9 bubbles on the field at a time, and it's not fun. So completing the first wave within the first and second bubbler is probably the easiest thing that's gonna happen. Now, third phase, the auto bomb phase, or bomb launcher, auto launcher? I need to remember some of these names. During that phase, she will throw her first auto bomb, and then she'll just throw a bunch more auto bombs out. I believe you can get 6 or 7 auto bombs on the stage at a time. And probably the easiest way to get rid of that phase, in my opinion, is to just be aggressive, but not so aggressive that you're gonna get caught out. And I'd say always make sure the auto bomb is detonated before you run in on Agent 3. Alright, so third phase is auto launcher. And for auto launchers, she's going to start out the phase by throwing her first auto bomb, then going into launcher and shooting about 5 or 6 more auto bombs. My suggestion for this phase is try to run around, detonate all the auto bombs, and then prioritize fighting Agent 3, because those auto bombs are clumped up and very easy to get rid of. It's not going to be that hard. The hardest part about that is probably trying to fight Agent 3 with all those auto bombs on the field. Fourth phase is the Ink Strike phase, and with it, she goes on a moving UFO platform. That moving UFO platform goes just slowly back and forth. She stays in one spot on that platform, so 2 well-placed grenades right next to her will do all the damage you need to get away from that phase. Last phase is the splashdown phase. Like always, she will start the phase with splashdown, followed by 2 more splashdowns very quickly, and every time she goes to use splashdown, after that, it'll be 3 quick splashdowns. So pretty much every phase after the third phase is very succinct. It kind of is more about trying to go around and fight Agent 3, but then there's always a window of either running around or making sure that you don't get destroyed by an Autobomb that's sneaking up behind you or something like that. But I mean, once you learn how Agent 3 herself moves around, where she likes to place her grenades, stuff like that, I don't want to say it's a simple fight, because it's absolutely not a simple fight in any way, shape, or form. But there are ways to get past the phases. There are ways to get through and make sure the phases are easier than the first, second, or even third tries you're going to have. But, I mean, without further ado, that's all I've really come up with so far. All the stuff that I've discovered. Thank you very much for watching this video. And the rest of the video is going to be a short compilation of just things that I find a little important, things that things that I found that could really change the tides to fighting the Agent 3 fight. Alright guys, the rest of the video is going to be short snippets of just fails and successes during Agent 3 fights. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I hope you guys have a good day.